So quite a few people have been asking about my job list and what all needs to be done on the farm. And I've been a bit loath to update it because then people say, oh, I'm feeling overwhelmed when I mention all the work and the jobs that have to be done. But let me just do a quick disclaimer. I am not overwhelmed. I can only do what I can do. And, you know, if I know what's got to be done, then I've got something to work towards. My volunteers have all gone now, and I don't have any new volunteers in the foreseeable future. So a lot of this work I'm going to have to try and do myself. And hopefully my skills will improve as I try and tackle some of these tasks. But ones that require a big chainsaw, I don't have a big chainsaw, and I'm a bit hesitant to use a big chainsaw. I've just got my little battery one. So I will do what I can with the battery chainsaw. Going to prepare tomorrow's breakfast now. Well, it'll actually be breakfast for a few days. But can of coconut milk. I'm going to have 5 tablespoons of chia seeds and probably 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. You mix that together and then you leave it in the fridge, and the chia seeds swell up, and you have that with blueberries for a really healthy breakfast, and yeah, very good for the digestion. So you put it in an empty jar, give it a good shake, and then you leave it for the chia seeds to expand, and it should be ready tomorrow. To show you my proud moment, look at this. For the first time, I have abundant life in my raised bed garden. Look at this. Absolutely awesome. Okay, the carrots are struggling a bit, but the turnips are doing okay. Beetroot's doing well. There's squash growing, and these, which I believe are some kind of Portuguese kale. So I've started a new knitting project. This is going to be the back. I need to do the back first. I'm going to try and design a cat in the hat jersey for my grandson. So the back is going to be plain without the design on. So once I've done the back and I see how wide it is, I can work out how many stitches for the cat in the hat design that I'm going to try and create. I haven't been able to find a knitting pattern for one, so I'm going to have to make my own. You live on a building site. Cleaning up is a continuous task. So this is now loaded into the wheelbarrow, going to be taken to the car so I can take this and dump it. Right, my house water things are, this is for drinking and cooking purposes. They're empty, so I'm going to have to do a water run today. Look at all the flies. Oh my goodness, these flies. I can't wait for winter because then there's no more flies. Working up quite a sweat this morning. The stones are quite heavy, so need some breakfast, give some energy. This is some of the chia with coconut milk that I prepared the other day with blueberries. Breakfast of champions. Collecting water for the drinking water for the house is an ongoing little job that has to be done every week, depending if I'm using some of this water in the cement mixer. But yeah, this is like a weekly or fortnightly job. I like this water area. You don't have to hold it, and you can do two at once. So the firewood in between all these pine needles has to be collected. Some of the smaller pieces have to still be cut up, and then this will all have to be loaded into the car. There's a little pine tree still to be taken down, and another little one next to the oak tree here. It's got to get taken down, and another little one to be taken down next to this oak tree. And here's a big pine log that still has to be cut up. Another little pine tree to be taken down, but there's some more to be chopped up over here. So it's got to still be cut into smaller pieces to be able to fit into the car. See, this area was all pine trees. There's another pine tree that's still got to get taken down. So all of this wood over here has to be collected and probably put into smaller size pieces to fit in the car. See, this all has to be sorted through, the bigger pieces cut off, and those very big pieces need to be rolled down the hill to be put into the car. Here's a whole lot more. This is still what was chopped down in April, so this will be perfect for firewood now, but it's going to have to be hauled down to the road over there. There's the road. And cut into smaller pieces. And here's yet another big log to be cut up. So this area here is the top part of my land near the entrance. Well, I don't really come here that often. Both hives are quite busy, but I'm not liking all that wood, like wood shavings that's at the bottom of that hive. More wood to be collected. The chicken coop is done, and now need to put the fence around it and build a ladder. I'm going to be moving the pigs out of this pen, so all the poop in here is gonna have to be raked up and disposed of. Need to sort through this pile of branches, get the kindling out, and there's more wood to be sawn up over here as well. I was going to make a mortar mix for the bottle wall this afternoon, but storm clouds seem to be gathering, and there's an 80% chance of rain tomorrow, so fingers crossed it rains. So for this bathroom wall, I've got to fill up all the gaps between the bottles with mortar. I've got to put more stone on the top to make it level with that string. Put in the struts, support struts for the roof, and then carry on building with bottles. And this channel over here I've got to fill up with small stones and then gravel so that Nick can finish pouring concrete in for this floor. This damaged gazebo I've got to fold up, take down to where the greenhouse was, and I want to strengthen this a little bit and then put the greenhouse cover on it, and I can maybe repurpose this into a greenhouse. Kitchen, I have to finish tiling this floor. Have to clean and paint the table. So I've closed in all the gaps and it's dried now, and so if it's raining tomorrow, this is what I'll probably tackle. I need to brush all the cement off here, clean this all up, and then wash the bottles that are in here, just wipe them off, and then put the oil on the cordwood. So these window frames have to be removed, sanded down and painted, and the gap in between here has to be filled. This wall over here has to be finished. So this is the ruin that will become the spare room, and I'll be incorporating this boulder into the spare room. But these big stones have to be taken down, so we can just start the building from scratch to make it more stable. But the bottom stones will stay because they're quite heavy, and this hole down here is going to have to be filled somehow or other so that we can eventually cement this floor. Washing and cutting the bottles is an ongoing thing. So here are some of the finished bottle bricks. Need to make a lot more. These kuni pigs are so fantastic. It honestly took me 5 minutes to move 6 pigs. So I moved the 2 girls, Mallow-Puff and Cheesecake, who were in here with Cocoa Pop, because Cheesecake's just fat. Today was the last day that she could have had babies if Oreo did manage to get to her, which I was never ever 100% sure he did. But yeah, so I've put Mallow-Puff and Cheesecake in with Oreo at the moment. He's very happy. Cocoa Pop, as you can see, is so close to having these babies, so I think she appreciates having a pen to herself again. And then the 4 girls from across the road who had all had babies, I've moved them into the bigger paddock that had only Chris and George in. I'm not sure if Chris can still do the deed. And there's a lot of grass in that paddock now since the rain, so I think they will all enjoy the much larger space and the grass. Maggie was already eating grass rather than eating the grain. So I've divided this up into inside and outside and ongoing. And if you look at the inside, is a lot less than the outside. You can hear the rain on the roof at the moment. It's raining, thank goodness. So paint the cottage door, the kitchen bench, that's that table that I've decided to use. And I've got a tile on top of the new kitchen bench to match the others once it's in. The kitchen floor is going to be tiled. I've got to clean off the cordwood and the bottles. Seal the kitchen cordwood. Seal inside the cottage door. Sand and paint window frames and close the gaps between windows. So those are the big inside jobs to do. I think because it's raining today, I think I might tackle the cleaning off the cordwood and the bottles today. And then outside, Oreo's pig house, I've got to work on. I've got to collect up that cordwood and firewood that Steve cut down, and then I've got to debark the cordwood, split logs, saw smaller branches. And because I moved pigs yesterday, I've got to remove the pig poop from the empty pig pens. I've got to put stones into the bathroom channel, repair the sewage tank that got damaged during that torrential biblical rain we had. Level the bathroom wall, put in bathroom wall struts, bottle brick the wall, make bottle brick. So you can see there's a big focus on the bathroom. And then point around the bathroom bottles, put it on the bathroom roof, seal the outside cordwood that's outside the kitchen, and then barge panels or barge something or other Nick was telling me I need to put in the kitchen. On the outside, just above the cord where the cordwood starts. And the chicken coop has got to get a fence around. So those are jobs that I'm going to try and see how many of them I can complete within the next month. There was rain during the night, rain early this morning. I think there's more rain forecast later on today. But the ground is already dry. Even after that rain. We need lots more rain. I can't tell you how happy it makes me to see the kuni-kunis grazing like they should be doing. This is the view from my bathroom. Back cleaning bottles, putting them there just to dry, and then turning them back into bottle bricks. Right, quite a few of them ready to get dried now and taped up. Just in time because there seems to be a bit of rain coming again. Yay! Pelting down again, which is good. As much rain as possible is wanted. So I'm going to make a Ghanaian snack for lunch called Krakro. And they usually make it with plantains. I don't have plantains, I'm just using bananas. And I'm halving the recipe because I'm just one person. So I'm going to have 1 cup of self-raising flour, a 1/4 cup of milk, 4 bananas, an onion, 2 chilies, I've got 3 garlic cloves, I've got 1/2 thumb piece of ginger, an egg, I'm going to have a pinch of salt, and yeah, that's it. It's like, oh, and I can put in just a little dash of cloves as well. So this is like a sweet, savory banana fritter. That's basically what it is. But it's called Krakro and it is from Ghana. So I've just thinly sliced the bananas. It was probably better to have used them a little bit riper than what I've got. But I'm going to mash these up now with just with a fork. Banana peels go for the pigs. They love them. So I have the chopped up garlic, chopped up chilies, chopped up onion and chopped up ginger that I'm now going to add. add to the banana. And a dash of cloves. About that much, I reckon. Mix this in, the salt and the cloves. And now I'm going to add in the egg, then the 1/4 cup of milk. Right, egg is in, 1/4 cup of milk goes in, and now just mix this in again. For this it's easier to use a fork than your mixer, I think. Okay, so now I'm going to add in 1 cup of flour. Right, all mixed together, flour is about to go in. Now if you don't have self-raising flour, you're going to have to use some baking powder. So this is the consistency you want, and you're going to drop spoonfuls of this into, I've got a wok with oil. So I've got it in the oil. I'm not having the oil too hot because I don't want them to burn. But you're just going to cook them like normal fritters now. You can see they're making like the little holes, and you know that it's going to be almost time to turn them over. Just turn them over and let them cook on the other side.
Oh. Hi.